I've been a gentle parenting creator since 2017 when I opened my YouTube and then my Instagram and my TikTok. And there is definitely something missing in the gentle parenting community. When I started, there was no much content around gentle parenting, respectful parenting. And then as the influencers started coming and then showing respectful parenting, it was like a big turning point for the parenting community in general and for parents all over the world, because they started seeing for the first time what it is to raise children with respect. I mean, we were raised with the opposite, and it shouldn't be that way. And then as we evolved and they were showing connection, they were showing co-regulation, they were showing not talking to children in a rude way, treating them as humans. And that was great. That was great for the moment. But as the time passed, I noticed something. There is something right now, fast forwarding to 2022, that is still missing in the gentle parenting community, and that's going to be the topic for this video. My name is Marcela Collier. I'm a parenting coach, owner of High Impact Club, parenting education online platform. I teach parenting with understanding. If you want to learn more, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and follow me on other social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, at High Impact Club. People were getting excited seeing these parents treating their children respectfully, and they wanted to do the same thing with their children. They saw that they didn't have to yell at their kids, that they didn't have to overpower their children during big behaviors. And then that was great because it was a turning point at the moment from punishment, from spanking, from all the things that are the opposite of respect. And that was great. And then things started to shift. People started to apply more gentleness, and then they started comparing it with softness. And then they started comparing it with permissiveness. And then they were a little confused but then how am I going to do to address this behavior if I keep being gentle? And then I saw a big need. I saw a big need that we gentle parenting creators were showing parents a lot of the strategy co-regulation portion, but we were now working on these parents' mindset. And that's when I decided to make a shift in my content. You will see a lot about how we perceive behavior than anything else, because how you perceive your child's behaviors is how you are going to feel about them and react. Today, I have a coaching session with a member of the Advanced Mentorship Program, which is my program where I do weekly coaching sessions. And then she was telling me that my child, those were her words, quote unquote, my child is trying to get a reaction out of me. And then I said, you just said my child is trying to get a reaction out of me. Do you feel the same way? That's what you think when you see your child's behavior, that he's trying to get a reaction out of you. Is that really true? If anything, children, especially little guys like her son's age, 4 years old, the thing that they want the most is to make their parents proud, is to be connected to their parents. And then they hate when they see us disconnected from them. So it is not that he's trying to, you feel like it. So that's one big thing. We need to work more on helping parents tear down those false beliefs, that mindset that came from traditional parenting, because now that they are doing respectful parenting with understanding, is not going to serve them anymore. Now, let's talk about the permissiveness portion, because now that gentle parenting is taking force in social media, I see a lot of people that tried it once and maybe they didn't see the right away results, and now they're making content and telling people gentle parenting doesn't work. Gentle parenting is toxic even. I even heard that. Gentle parenting is not good. Gentle parenting is permissive. And it's because they believed in the principles of what it is to respect our kids, and then they went to try to do it, but because they had the old mindset of my child is trying to do something to me, and number two, they knew how to connect with their kids and they didn't know how to correct in that connection, then they were stuck How am I going to correct behavior and still connect with my kids? And they almost felt like they have to exclude one another. They didn't know how to wrap their head around the fact that they could correct behavior in connection, and how they were going to do that without using the things that they were used to. They were used to maybe using timeouts, maybe spanking, maybe yelling, and those things were not available anymore. So they were like, okay, if I cannot correct behavior because I cannot use that, then this is permissive. And that's the second thing that I think the gentle parenting community is missing, and is teaching parents how to really correct behavior using this parenting style. And that's been my mission in the Parenting with Understanding program, because I see that big gap. The parents that enroll in the Parenting with Understanding program, I don't have to convince them to be gentle with their kids. But then they enroll because they want to know how to correct behavior without losing their connection. And there are basically two things. Every behavior communicates a need. So it doesn't matter how many gentle parenting strategies you get online. If you don't understand your child's needs, then the behavior is going to continue. My twins, we were in a restaurant and they were bouncy. A gentle parenting hack or tip or strategy that I keep hearing online is tell them what to do instead of what not to do. As much as you tell a bouncy kid, butt on the chair, sit on the chair, they're not going to do it if their need is that they haven't released the physical energy they needed to stay seated. We were at a restaurant, and then my husband, he understands parenting with understanding. He saw our bouncy twins, and then he said, okay, let's meet that need. Let's go outside, shake the sillies out. We came back. Yes, we gave him that instruction in a positive way. And that happens when you have strategy with the understanding needs. You kept telling your kids, butt on the chair, do this, do that, trying to apply gentle parenting strategies. And because you don't understand the underlying need, then the behavior continues. And that's missing in the parenting community, and is my mission to teach it in the Parenting with Understanding program and in my account as well. The second portion is that gentle parents talk a lot about natural consequences, correlated consequences, and they're great. I teach them as well. However, the consequences alone won't teach good behavior. So for example, a toddler that feels a little nervous about a non-preferred food item on his plate, and then he throws it to the floor because he doesn't know what to do with it, telling them to pick it up, and then they actually do, that consequence itself is not going to give them the coping strategies to be able to handle their own emotions by seeing non-preferred food items on their plate in the future. So consequences alone don't correct behavior. And those are replacement skills. When we actually equip children with better skills to handle their emotions and their behaviors, instead of just reprimanding the behavior alone with consequences. That's another big piece of parenting with understanding. And that is why I teach in the Parenting with Understanding program that so far we have 287 families from all over the world transforming their lives. I've seen firsthand how those children get better skills than the ones that are their age, because these parents send me videos, these parents send me testimonials, these parents send me success stories. I want to show you one. This one right here, she is a member of the Parenting with Understanding program. Right now, she's going through a meltdown herself. I mean, she was going through a panic attack. She almost was trying to keep it together, right? She wasn't asking for help or anything. She was managing it on her own. And her child, who's been under Parenting with Understanding the last year, she had the emotional skills and the insight to know how to help her mom by handing her something that may help her. Why? Because the mom has been working for so long in the program to equip her child with those skills. Skills that she doesn't only apply on her own life, but she helps others, in this case her mom. And that is amazing. That is a success story just because Parenting with Understanding. Now you say, where do I start? Do I start with the course? You could start with the course. I'm going to leave a link down below. What about when people tell me, but I don't have the funds right now? Is there something, a starter kit, something that I could start for free? I'm going to leave a resource below. It's the breathing exercises downloadable. It's completely free. And it is a little tool that you can use to give to your child so they're able to use it to regulate their emotions on their own and gain some of those skills. It's just a little portion of parenting with understanding. Now, gentle parents have a lot of myths. One of those myths is, I need to be emotionally available to my children all the time. And that's not true. You don't have to, because you're not a robot. And if you always show yourself available and happy, that's a disservice to your child, because they won't always feel that way. And there are other myths that I talk about those in this video. I encourage you to go here and remember, either enroll in the program or download the free breathing exercises for kids. What is the most valuable thing that you got from this video? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and remember, it only takes understanding to transform your parenting.